Imagine this. Your dog trots up to you, tail wagging, and jumps up for their favorite thing in the world, a good morning kiss. And you love them, you truly do, but you find yourself turning your face away because the smell coming out of their mouth could knock over a grown man. I know exactly how discouraging that feels because you want to be close to your dog, you want to let them lick your face and curl up next to your pillow at night, but that rotten, sour smell keeps getting in the way. And I know how frustrating it is to spend $150 or more at the vet for a full anesthesia dental cleaning, or to buy bag after bag of expensive dental chews that barely make a dent, only for the smell to come raging back within a week. But what if I told you that you don't need a $150 dental cleaning and you don't need fancy chews to fix this? What if I told you the secret to permanently fresh breath, cleaner teeth, and a mouth that doesn't scare away house guests is one single ingredient you can drop into your dog's water bowl tonight? If you saw the thumbnail of this video, you saw the promise. Today, I am going to show you exactly how adding just 1 teaspoon of a simple natural ingredient to your dog's water bowl can dissolve plaque, stop tartar from ever forming again, and make that awful breath disappear within 72 hours. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nick Lane, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. In my clinic, bad breath is one of those things pet parents laugh about at first and then get genuinely worried about once I explain what's actually causing it. Because here's the truth, nobody tells you. Bad breath is almost never just bad breath. It is a warning sign. It means bacteria have taken over your dog's mouth. And if we don't deal with it, that bacteria doesn't just sit there, it eats away at the gum line, it seeps into the bloodstream, and over years, it can put stress on the heart, the liver, and the kidneys. So today we're doing a full masterclass, not just on masking the smell, but on actually fixing the mouth from the inside out. Grab a notebook because I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening in your dog's mouth right now, the 1 water bowl ingredient that stops it, and the backup remedies you can layer on top for a permanent fix. Let's start with what's actually causing that smell. Every single day, a thin, invisible film of bacteria called plaque forms on your dog's teeth. If it isn't broken down, within about 48 hours, that soft plaque starts hardening into tartar, that yellow-brown crust you see building up along the gum line. Tartar is rough and porous, which means it becomes the perfect condo for even more bacteria to move in and multiply. Those bacteria release sulfur compounds as a waste product. And my friends, that rotten egg, garbage smell coming out of your dog's mouth is quite literally bacterial waste gas. It is not something a breath mint or a dental chew stick can fix, because those only address the surface for a few minutes. We have to stop the bacteria from colonizing in the first place, and that brings us to our 1 ingredient. I want you to go to a health food store or search online for food-grade kelp powder, sometimes labeled as Ascophyllum nodosum, which is just the scientific name for a specific type of brown seaweed. I know that sounds like a strange thing to put in your dog's water bowl, but stay with me, because this is not some random internet trend. This is one of the most studied natural ingredients in veterinary dentistry. When your dog drinks water with a small amount of this seaweed powder dissolved in it, it changes the chemical composition of their saliva. It reduces the amount of new plaque that can stick to the tooth surface in the first place. Think of it like coating the teeth in a slippery, invisible layer that bacteria simply cannot grab onto. Over several weeks of consistent use, pet parents notice existing tartar actually starts flaking away on its own because without fresh plaque feeding it, the old tartar has nothing left to bond to. Here's exactly how you use it. For a small dog under 25 pounds, you're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of the kelp powder directly into their water bowl once a day. For a medium dog, you can go up to a 1/4 teaspoon, and for a large breed over 60 pounds, 1/2 teaspoon is plenty. Just sprinkle it in, give it a little stir, and let them drink normally throughout the day. You'll want to refresh the water daily so the powder doesn't sit and get funky. Now, please hear this vet warning, because this part is critical. Kelp is naturally rich in iodine, and iodine directly affects the thyroid gland. If your dog already has a diagnosed thyroid condition, whether that's hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, or if they are currently on any thyroid medication, do not add kelp to their water without talking to your regular vet first. For a healthy dog with a normal thyroid, the small dosage I just gave you is completely safe, but I never want you skipping that step if your dog has an existing thyroid issue. Also, please stick to the measurements I gave you. More is not better here. Dumping in extra kelp powder thinking it'll work faster can actually push their iodine intake too high, and that can do more harm than good. Consistency at a low dose beats a big dose every time. Alright, so we've addressed the water bowl, the thing working in the background all day long. But what about giving your dog instant, right now freshness, especially if you've got guests coming over in an hour and that smell is not cooperating? For quick relief, grab a small handful of fresh parsley from your fridge, the curly kind, not dried parsley flakes. Parsley is loaded with chlorophyll, which is a natural odor neutralizer, and dogs can safely chew on a few sprigs. Just finely chop up a teaspoon of fresh parsley and sprinkle it directly over their food, or let them nibble a sprig straight from your hand. Within about 20 minutes, you will notice a real noticeable difference in how their breath smells. It is not a permanent fix on its own, but it is a fantastic, quick tool to pair with the kelp water routine. Now let's talk about the mechanical side of things, because chemistry alone cannot do all the work. Your dog's teeth also need physical scrubbing action throughout the day, the same way we rely on the bristles of a toothbrush, not just mouthwash. My favorite completely free tool for this is a raw carrot. Give your dog a large, whole raw carrot, not sliced into coins, but the whole thing, so they have to really gnaw and chew through it with their back molars. That crunching motion physically scrapes soft plaque off the tooth surface before it ever has a chance to harden into tartar. It's crunchy, it's low-calorie, and most dogs genuinely love it. If your dog isn't a fan of carrots, a plain, unsalted, unseasoned raw broccoli stem works the same way. I also want you to start incorporating a weekly homemade bone broth, the same one I've mentioned in previous videos, plain, unseasoned, made by simmering chicken or beef bones in water with absolutely no onion, no garlic, and no salt. Bone broth contains natural collagen, and it also has a subtle mechanical cleaning effect when a dog laps it up, since the tongue motion helps loosen debris along the gum line. Pour a small splash over their kibble 2 or 3 times a week. Now, here's something most pet parents never think about, and it surprises people every time I explain it in my clinic. Chronic bad breath that just will not go away, even after cleaning the teeth, is sometimes coming from the gut, not the mouth at all. If your dog has ongoing digestive issues, an imbalanced gut microbiome, or is eating a low-quality diet heavy in cheap fillers, that internal imbalance can actually produce odors that travel up through the esophagus. This is why I always tell pet parents, if you've tried everything for the teeth and the smell is still lingering, add a spoonful of plain, unsweetened yogurt or kefir to their food daily. This introduces healthy probiotic bacteria into the gut, which crowds out the odor-causing bacteria and often clears up breath that seemed impossible to fix. And just like I've said in other videos, please read the label carefully before buying yogurt for your dog. You are looking out for one dangerous ingredient, xylitol, sometimes listed as birch sugar. It is a highly toxic artificial sweetener that can cause liver failure in dogs, even in a tiny amount, so only ever choose 100% plain yogurt with 0 added sweeteners. So let's bring this all together, because I know that's a lot of information to take in at once. Here's my simple bowl and routine formula, so you're not overwhelmed trying to do everything at the same time. Every morning, add your measured amount of kelp powder into their fresh water bowl based on their weight. A few times a week, sprinkle a teaspoon of finely chopped fresh parsley over their food for that instant freshness boost. Keep a raw carrot or a broccoli stem on hand for a mechanical chewing session most days of the week. And if the smell is still lingering after a couple weeks, add that daily spoonful of plain yogurt or kefir to work on the gut side of things. That's it. 4 simple additions, and none of them require a special trip to the vet or an expensive dental procedure. Stay consistent for about 3 weeks. since that's roughly how long it takes for the plaque and bacteria cycle to fully reset, and I promise you, you will notice your dog's breath transform. Bad breath feels like such a small, silly problem until you realize what it's actually telling you about your dog's health underneath the surface. By taking these small daily steps, you're not just fixing a smell, you're protecting their gums, their teeth, and honestly their heart and kidneys down the road, because dental bacteria, left unchecked, really can travel through the bloodstream over time. If this video helped you understand what's really going on in your dog's mouth, and if you're ready to try this kelp powder trick tonight, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this kind of safe, natural veterinary advice reach more pet parents who need it. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss one of these deep dives into your dog's health. And leave me a comment down below right now. I want to know, is your dog's breath more of a mild funk, or is it the full-on knock you over kind of bad? And are you going to try the kelp powder or start with the parsley first? I read every single comment, and I love hearing from this community. Give your sweet dog a gentle scratch under the chin for Dr. Nick tonight. Stay safe. Always trust your instincts.